at it again with another live stream. There's plenty of things that happened this week. We're going to talk about the Anthony Joshua situation and also the update with the driver, the Anthony Joshua's driver, and also within this video we're going to talk about Stefon Diggs as well. Two dudes that happen to have something extreme to them in two different ways in their own sports world. But we're just coming together how to tie all of it on together and how we can learn from it and other things of that nature. All right. You have anything you want to add?
Yeah, man, it's it's really not a good way to end 2025, you know what I'm saying? But now that we in 2026, happy new year to the subs, everybody that's gonna watch the video. So yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. Share that.
And Nigeria's president says he has spoken to the British heavyweight boxer Anthony Joshua, who's in hospital after that road crash near Lagos. The former world heavyweight champion is said to be in a stable condition. Two of his friends who were part of his training team were killed in the accident. Simon Jones has this report.
The aftermath of the crash on one of Nigeria's busiest and deadliest roads. The pain etched on Anthony Joshua's face in pictures widely shared online. He and the driver have been taken to hospital for checks and observation after narrowly escaping death, according to local officials. But two of Anthony Joshua's team members were killed, Latif Lats Ayodele on the left and Sina Gami on the right. Hours before the crash, Joshua had posted a video on Instagram of himself and Latif Ayodele playing table tennis. He was Joshua's personal trainer. Sina Gami was his strength and conditioning coach. They had helped the boxer prepare for some of the biggest bouts of his career. According to investigators, the car they were in appeared to have lost control as it was overtaking another vehicle before crashing into a truck which was parked by the side of the road. Joshua was in Nigeria to visit family following his recent victory over the YouTube star Jake Paul. Paul posted on X, "Life is much more important than boxing. I am praying for the lost lives, AJ, and anyone impacted by today's unfortunate accident." The chairman of Joshua's promoters, Eddie Hearn, wrote, "With the heaviest of hearts, two great men, rest in eternal peace, Sina and Lats. My thoughts and deepest prayers are with everyone." And the Nigerian president, Bola Tinubu, said, "I have spoken with AJ to personally convey my condolences over the passing of his two close associates. AJ assured me he is receiving the best possible care." Joshua's next due in the ring in Saudi Arabia in February. For the moment, those plans feel secondary. The boxing world united in its support for a fighter who has lost not just two team members, but two of his closest friends. A spokesperson for Joshua said their deaths were truly shocking and devastating. Simon Jones, BBC News.
Yeah, RIP to those guys, man. That's crazy. To lose the people who was with you through all your major fights and stuff, man. That's not an easy thing to just stomach, you know. And for him to be able to be emotionally ready to fight in the next month or so, nah, I don't think so. He's gonna need some time.
Yeah, I would say they'll have to most likely have to delay the fight. 'Cause obviously he did. Obviously we know he survived the crash. He still have to recover. I would say mentally and physically from the crash. So I don't think he's going to be ready to fight due to that heavy burden he has on him,
Hmm.
losing his friends and being almost a near death experience. So just unfortunate, but rest in peace to two of his friends.
Facts.
Those guys who's been there around him during his years of boxing. I wish a speedy recovery to Anthony Joshua
AJ.
as well.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. RIP to those guys for real, man.
But then I have another video for y'all. It's about the update about apparently they did find the driver. So I'm gonna pull that up for y'all as well.
The news that's just breaking this hour, okay, is that the reckless driver that drove Anthony Joshua and his friends to their nearly to their grave, that unalive too. The reckless driver has been named as Kayode Adeneye. He is the one that is responsible for their logistic and the travel anytime they're in Nigeria, and is the one that always drive them around. Reading that headline news, you would think that this man is Kayode Adeneye. Daily Mail uses a picture where Anthony Joshua took with the luggage handler that when he arrived in Nigeria in the airport. The picture is a luggage handler, not the Kayode Adeneye, the driver himself. But because the Daily Mail journalists, the poor journalists from Daily Mail, are so desperate for attention and so desperate for view, they use the wrong person. Do you know the damaging effect that thing could have on this person? Do you know that there's some sick fans out there that might go about harassing the innocent man? This one is the luggage handler, but he is the man that they use throughout this useless article. Is that fair? Is that a proper journalism?
Happy New Year to all my subscribers. Hope you guys enjoyed your celebration. So the latest news is that they've identified the driver responsible for the crash that happened in Ogun State, Nigeria, and this was also confirmed by the Ogun State Police Command by DSP Oluseyi on Twitter. He wrote, "The driver of the Lexus SUV is currently in custody in connection with the Anthony Joshua accident case. Investigations are ongoing." So what the first man was trying to say is that the Daily Mail reported that the person in question that took that selfie with Anthony Joshua was the Kayode Adeneye, but up to this point his picture hasn't been released, but they've released a name, which is the Kayode Adeneye. So it's like he's still under investigation, but his arrest has been confirmed by the Ogun State Police and is currently in police custody. The bodies of the lost life has also been flown back to their respective country, and Anthony Joshua also attended a funeral to like pay them one last respect. And that is the update on the Anthony Joshua case. He has also left Nigeria as he is deemed fit to fly. In other news, Abiola Adebayo reveals a shocking secret about Olwell Ademola that nobody really knew. This is really strange that Abiola would put out something like this because it's really personal. But let me go ahead to show you guys what she actually wrote. She said, "Olwell Edejo now. I can't believe the plan has changed from IVF or surrogacy to burial. Ah, God, please." So she just revealed that the late Olwell Ademola was actually planning on carrying out an IVF or going through the surrogacy method. In case you don't know what surrogacy means, this is when somebody else carries a child for you.
Right here, we just got mainly the information that we wanted from it. So obviously, like we see here that they got the guy, but they kind of still put it under wraps per se. You know, I don't know for what reason, because he is responsible for driving them and then losing control. So, however that's going to plan out, you know, it's going to be, I don't know. I'm not really sure how Nigeria's justice system is per se, but it's it's a it's from a foreign country. I don't think it's going to end well for this individual. You know, if they find him guilty. So
Yeah, first point with them is doing, like he said, desperate for attention. They use the wrong guy. Typical media, bro.
yeah,
Let's just throw it out there. Let's just put his face out there without thinking twice because we want views that bad. I feel like there should be like a regulation against that, doing stuff like that. And then the second point is the like you said about what he would get sentenced, because it comes across as an accident. maybe he might get, leeway because it wasn't on purpose,
Yeah, but
So
the thing is apparently he fled the scene.
oh
He
yeah,
got caught.
no, no,
He
no,
got
no,
caught.
no.
So
No, no, him fleeing, yeah, that's definitely gonna add yeah. Mm-mm. Nah, that's not a good look, brother. Mm-mm. Now, I don't know how, like you said, Nigeria's laws when it comes to vehicular homicides like this. I mean, him running though, that wasn't a good
yeah,
move on his part.
let's put a good light towards you.
Hmm.
So I got two more additional videos. It's just about the aftermath of what happened to Anthony Joshua and what other Nigerians or other people that have been there, what their views on how Nigeria's infrastructure and how these things that even when you have money still be affected by the poor infrastructure and the and the unstable and the not good stability in the country. So I'm gonna pull that up for y'all as well.
Very first time, people are seeing why a lot of Nigerians try to escape Nigeria or are actively trying, they've already escaped. Because Nigeria is a zoo with no laws. Basically, just wild animals everywhere. People are just, is held together by dental floss. And I'm saying this because of this whole Anthony Joshua situation. I saw, rest in peace to his friends. Gruesome stuff. But I've seen it so many times. I'm very desensitized to it. People were in certain comment sections were saying, where is the EMT? Where is med? In my whole 20 years of living in Nigeria, I've never seen one emergency vehicle in my life. But I can tell you the amount of dead bodies I've seen on the road. There is no emergency. There's no number. What is the number you even call? The only thing we know is 911 because of our proximity to America. We don't have anything. So when we come here, we tell you, oh, you guys think, oh, it's just corruption. Corruption, people can manage corruption. After all, we manage corruption here in the US. The US is very corrupt. But the lack of infrastructure can kill somebody.
Yes.
No water, no lights, no road. If there is no road that is there, people are not even using the road. You see, there are people driving in oncoming traffic. There's no line. The traffic lights are there for suggestions. Oh, maybe red, you can go. If it's green, you cannot go. And then and because of that whole lack of infrastructure, Nigerians have just learned to just live with it. That's how the average Nigerian is just anyhow, scatter everything. That's how everybody in that Anthony Joshua, everybody was just screaming because they don't know what to do, just screaming. It's like, what? Animals. So that's why the average, they just want to leave. Please, that place is insane. I'm not going back. I think for the
Yeah, we figured that, brother.
So I have another one before we make our full comments on it.
Nigerians, majority of you are just bunch of hypocrites. Now,
Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
Anthony Joshua's
It's
accident.
just real quiet
For many
though.
of you to start opening your mouth and start giving your hot takes. What happened to our ambulance services? What happened to our emergency services? On this same matter that doctors and nurses have been shouting for years, that the government should fix our healthcare in Nigeria. On this same matter. And many of you open your mouth and say, if you have money, Nigeria is the sweetest place to live. With all the money that Anthony Joshua has, he just barely escaped death in that accident. He barely escaped. I've said it before that if Dangote should have a cardiac arrest right in the middle of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, a plumber in the UK, if he should have that same cardiac arrest, he has a higher chance of survival than Dangote in Nigeria. I am telling you the truth. That's the simple truth. We are a global disgrace. We have no emergency services at all. Now look at the way they were pulling out AJ from that vehicle. Somebody that just had an accident. I don't blame you guys. Many of you just did it out of ignorance. But do you know that you can actually make his situation worse? If, for example, he had just a fracture of the bones of the neck, by pulling him out from that vehicle, you can actually cause him to have a complete transection of the spinal cord. you can make him totally paralyzed because of that, just with the way you pull him out. If somebody has a similar accident here in the UK, people don't even go near. They just call the ambulance services. They'll be there within minutes, and it will be the trained paramedics that will expertly bring him out to prevent further injury. That accident happened on Lagos Ibadan Expressway at Mako Shagamu, which is like a stone throw to Ogun State Teaching Hospital. But they could not take him to that teaching hospital. Why didn't they take him to that teaching hospital? Why didn't they take him to any of the teaching hospitals in Lagos? Because they know the governors of both Ogun State and Lagos State, they should cover their face in shame. They know that those hospitals are death traps. They have to take him to a private hospital in Lagos because they know that those hospitals are nothing to write home about, simply because they didn't equip those hospitals as they should. And before you guys start shouting, don't accidents happen everywhere? Don't we get accidents everywhere? What are the odds? What are the chances? There's a reason why life expectancy is 53 in Nigeria and is 83 or 85 in the UK. There's a reason. Because there are systems in place to checkmate those things and reduce the risk of accident. For example, what is a trailer looking for on the highway? Why don't we have proper trailer parks? What's a trailer doing on the motorway? Even if the truck got spoiled there, I just imagine in the UK here, if on the motorway a truck gets spoiled, long before you get to that place, you see lots of yellow lights flashing at you, showing you that there's danger ahead. Lots of yellow lights. Before you get to that place, you will see a speed limit reduced, and there'll be speed cameras everywhere to make sure that you comply with that speed limit. It's as simple as that. In Nigeria, we don't have speed limits. Everybody can overspeed. Everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to overspeed. But there are systems in place in other countries, in saner climes, to make sure that people stay within that speed limit, because the speed camera will catch you and will find you, or it will take points out of your driver's license. So it happens to Anthony Joshua, and we're all giving our hot takes everywhere. You people are a bunch of hypocrites. Bunch of hypocrites.
I wish I had the sound effect. Price is wrong.
You want to take a have at it?
Yeah, like the first guy said, me being, obviously I'm Haitian, I'm not Nigerian. My parents are from Haiti, and I was born here. So Haiti's going through the same thing, lack of infrastructure, and it's basically lawless. The government has no control almost over the country at all. So it's almost like the people themselves are governing themselves, And this is definitely not talked about enough when it comes to a lot of black nations. It just seems like we struggle with that, or it seems like we're willing to invest that in other nations and not our own. And even if we do try to invest in our own, it seems like we get targeted or pushed down or, attacked for trying to make a change. And that in itself it shows why, our countries are not. This is something that I always wondered growing up. Like, when you talk about other European countries, you know, it's always in high regard. But when you talk about our nations, it's like, mm, or do you want to lose your life? It's like it shouldn't be like that, bro. Like, somebody has to have an explanation for that. Even with my research and what I've seen is just, I just think the people that end up leaving, you know, they just run to an asylum of another place, but that doesn't fix your problem back home, though. So as a people, we have to attend to that, man. Something has to be done about that in general. Like, we can't think that we're going to be better off in another place, which we will be, but then your own home, which you still have extended family, you still have other people you may know left back there to fend for themselves, and we don't even invest back into the nation. That's just, and it creates situations like this, basically.
Yeah, obviously you can see from the back. I got ties to Nigeria. I mean, even though I was born here, my parents are Nigerian, and I agree with the two guys that I showed y'all about the state of Nigeria, just due to because like yeah, I went there in January of I think 2024, and it's the same thing I saw because I saw a car accident, and when I visited there for about a month, and I was like, you didn't see an ambulance over there. It was just a group of people over there, just getting this, trying to get the situation figured out, like it was doing for Anthony Joshua. Yeah, when it was a bad accident too at that. And I was like, man, I hope that or he or she, whoever was in that car, is okay. And and it's really messed up that the dude said like they didn't take him to the closest hospital. They had to take him to a private one due to they know that yeah, if you're gonna go to this local hospital that's not really trained well for the people, it's like you're gonna die over there and not get well enough care. So I have to take him to a private area, and it just shows you that people want to say, oh, I will hold the phrase of, oh, if you have money, you gonna be fine in Nigeria, blah blah blah. But it's like it's stuff like this. What if you had a heart attack and you fell? Most people are just gonna walk by you, like and nobody's not gonna know. It's like unless you on there for a very prolonged amount of time, then someone might come and look at you. But it don't matter how much money you got because you're not gonna be safe from the incompetency of the country, like the instability of the country. Like you have all this money, but like so you have a health issue or something like that, or you pass out, like nobody won't know the severity of it until it's too late. And I don't know why it's a whole bunch of things like why other African countries that they have the resources and everything, but it's like it's not being taken advantage of. And yes, you can talk about you know colonialism in the country and what they did to it, but which is understandable. I mean, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like you can't give your citizens basic needs.
Right.
Like every time, like in the country, like someone's always begging for money. You see children, they trying to hustle, selling you products. It's like they're always asking you for money. It's like, bro, because they know there's no government assistance over there. So if you don't make any money, you're not gonna eat. You're gonna starve, and it's very sad. But 'cause I don't think you should provide your citizens some type of security for them, so they can train up, train up, to be established and able to fend for themselves. But the state of the country is like it's not really good if you don't have money. Like you can bypass certain situations than the common people over there.
That's sad that the infrastructure is so bad. Like, and I know there's a lot of well-off, you know, Nigerians who came to UK. I mean, came to Europe. I mean, like UK or America, who definitely made lots of bread. But from what I've seen, they're just afraid of their government because the government ain't gonna smile too fondly upon that. Them coming over there trying to make change and probably rebuild the infrastructure. There's definitely a roadblock in place for it not to progress. What that roadblock is, I would like to know.
Yeah. So now we're gonna transition into Trayvon Diggs. No, not Trayvon. Stephon Diggs.
That's his
Trayvon is
brother.
the
Yeah,
brother, but
yeah.
Stephon Diggs is the main. Is the main. So I'm gonna play a couple of videos for y'all, and then we're gonna talk about it right afterward.
Yep.
All right.
This morning, NFL superstar Stefon Diggs, also well known as the boyfriend of rapper Cardi B, faces serious criminal charges that could land him in prison. The New England Patriots wide receiver was charged with felony strangulation or suffocation and misdemeanor assault and battery on Monday. Aaron Parsegian from CBS News Boston has the story.
Touchdown, Patriots!
Just a day after the New England Patriots defeated the New York Giants, police say Patriots wide receiver Stefon Diggs allegedly strangled and assaulted a woman working as his live-in private chef. According to a police report, the incident happened on December 2nd at Diggs' Dedham, Massachusetts home. The woman said Diggs entered her unlocked bedroom after an ongoing text exchange over money owed to her. In the report, she alleged he smacked her across the face and tried to choke her. She told police she had trouble breathing and feared she could have blacked out. Diggs then allegedly threw her onto the bed and said something to the effect of, "Thought so." When she told him she still hadn't been paid, he responded lies before leaving the room. The accusations come as the Patriots, one of the top teams in the NFL, gear up for the playoffs.
The commissioner, Roger Goodell, could place him on the commissioner's exempt list, which would essentially be a paid leave. That decision, though, only falls to Goodell. The Patriots have no say in that.
In a statement, a lawyer for Diggs called the allegations, quote, unsubstantiated and uncorroborated, and claimed they stem from a financial dispute that didn't go the woman's way. The Patriots, who signed Diggs to a 3-year, $69 million contract in March, said in a statement, "We support Stefon." The NFL said it's aware of the incident but had no further comment. Diggs and Grammy Award-winning rap star Cardi B welcomed a baby boy in November. Diggs is set to be arraigned next month, just 2 days before the AFC Championship game, which determines who will go to the Super Bowl. For CBS Mornings, I'm Aaron Parsegian in Boston.
All right. So Stefon Diggs. So put it like this. I'm not sure if you guys seen this old video of they did like interviews in the locker room and they were like saying, which guy would you not like to date your daughter or sister? And everybody would kept saying Stefon Diggs. and and fast forward, we see like his behavior and like most recently how he's been behaving. Because like he was dating Carter B after with a takeoff was a quite what's his name? The rapper she was with. He was with her after their whole breakup. And then apparently he got another girl pregnant. And then obviously from this most recent incident where he hired a female chef at that. And for those who've seen how she looks, obviously, she's decent looking, probably to his taste. And it's like knowing your track record of dealing with different types of women and knowing your behavior is like, why would you put yourself in a situation where she could obviously, if you treat her that way, and on top of that, you didn't pay her, you don't think she's going to call the police on you or file charges on you? It's like we gotta use our brain in certain situations of where you mistreated somebody, and on top of that, you're not going to pay him. Living in America itself, and you are an American football athlete too. Does you not know your role in this whole situation where you can fumble the bag from your NFL career? It's like certain situations where men, I would say black men in general, like we enter a certain they're gonna view us under a microscope when we move and behave in certain ways. So we gotta move tactfully. I'm not saying you can't deal with women at all, but you gotta know what you're working with, and if you know you're a hot headed person, or you should know certain cues of the women you've dealt with that can get under your skin. So you shouldn't even be dealing with them in the first place. So I don't know what else you gotta say about that.
I mean, you kind of made the major points, honestly. I mean, the only thing I could say is that he has to be more mindful about who he hires. I mean, if you see the picture of her, I don't know if she got a BBL or something, but she looked like a Instagram type of chick, like Instagram model. So I'm questioning the cooking skills. Is it the cooking skills or the cheek skills? You know what I'm saying? Just jokes, by the way. Anyway, yeah, like you said, he has to be on top of that. You know, she could be extorting him. Maybe it could be a situation where like she did get paid, but didn't get paid enough, and now she's complaining about it. It could be a situation like that where there's like there's a misunderstanding. But I don't know too many guys that hire female private chefs. I don't. I just don't know like that. Usually, it's usually dudes from what I've seen. But this situation, your relationship with women, so it's just like you should move accordingly. Because you have a lot to live up to because of your career and being in the NFL. So a lot of these dudes don't value their bag the way that they should. Black men are infamous for this. We'll throw away our future, and the easiest way to do it is to throw a woman at you. So it's just At the end, I don't really have my emotions in it like that, because that's just, to me, it's just common sense how you should move at this point, at that level that you're at. You're sacrificing so much for so little.
Mm.
That's all I got to say on that, really.
Okay, now for this final video, we're gonna cover a video that Anton Daniels did. Is about Cardi B responding to what's happening to her. So yeah, she's another person. I don't know. She's taking L's too, but whatever. We just get on. We just get along with it.
Y'all need to calm down. Y'all need to calm down. Is y'all cool? Y'all been dragging me for 3 or 4 days. Y'all been a little bit too mean. Like, all right now. Y'all been a little bit too mean. I can't change. I can't go back in time. You know what I'm saying? I already had a baby. Y'all want me to put my baby back in my... Huh? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to leave my man and yours? You want me to leave my man and just go and yours? I don't know. What y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? We can only go forward now. So, I don't know. 2026 is in a couple of days. I have so much work to do once January starts that it's stressing me out. I'm going to be away from my babies, away from my personal life, away from my home. I have to rehearse for 10 to 12 hours a day for tour. There is so many elements of production that I'm missing for tour. I'm already super stressed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm already super stressed out. I need my support system, my fans to love me. I want y'all to come to my tour and enjoy yourself with me. Don't be dragging me. It's enough. All right? It's enough.
It's wild to think that the people that we look up to, and I'm not saying me in particular, but just our culture, and not even just our culture, just American culture and people across the United States of America, that we actually look up to people that continuously make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision after bad decision.
Facts.
Somebody said, and I read that, they said that Stefon Diggs, none of his teammates would ever allow for him to date their sister. That's telling.
What you just
That
said
is absolutely
earlier.
telling. And we can't get any woman, not one, to make a good decision, and they keep on picking Pookie after Pookie after Pookie. And just because you got resources and money does not mean that you are not that. You know what I'm saying? And so with these recent allegations, which, you know me, I'm never going to convict somebody in the court of public opinion, but just the whole idea of people continuously getting themselves into stuff. Not stuff to where I think that he actually assaulted the person, because I need evidence for that. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to throw somebody under the bus and advocate for them to go to jail or to lose their ability to pay and take care of their family and lose their job just off of off of an accusation alone. But when women continuously pick the wrong guy or they pick a bad guy and all of that, and they just want you to support it instead of divesting yourself from it, when they make themselves public and they're a public figure, it's sad. It is. It's really, really sad. And it's not the thing that we should keep looking up to, because it affects our culture, and that's why I call it trash.
Yeah.
And maybe, it's because of the way that they were raised, or they was in a survivalist mindset, or the type of guys that they continuously be attracted to. I don't know what it is, but it's sad as hell, and it makes me sad for us as a culture to continue to embrace this shit.
I love y'all. I want good for y'all. I want good for y'all. I want health, money, prosperity, happiness for this new year for y'all. Wish me the same thing, all right? Leave me alone, though. Shit. Damn. Y'all scare me sometimes. Y'all a little bit.
And let's be real, y'all. That chef was serving more than just food to Stefon Diggs.
Facts. Pause it real
If y'all
quick.
saw those messages, you would see that she said,
pause
and
it.
I'm out your life.
Hold on.
Employees don't quit.
That's exactly what I was saying earlier. That's why I said, was it the cooking, or was it the cheeks, or was it both? Because for him to react that aggressively to somebody like that, that's just supposed to be just cooking for him, heck no, I think there's more to the story, bro. There's way more to the story.
That way. Situationships do. Never forget the Vikings locker room all said that they would not let Stefon Diggs date their sister.
literally just-
They all said this without hesitation. They saw some things. As a man who has a known record of being a lustful man, why are you hiring a chef with the BBL? I'm not saying BBL chefs don't deserve an opportunity, but I'm saying, why did you hire one?
Okay. You know why he hired her? He hired her because, you know, the option to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it is paramount. It's important. It's 100% important. And so her being attractive, which I haven't even seen a picture of her, but I see guys that keep on oogling over her and chicks keep on saying, oh yeah, he was busting that down. And clearly it's probably busting it down for a real one. You know, being able to have the option to do what you want to do when you want to do it, that plays into it. And so what you see is guys unable to have dick discipline. And when they get into these situationships and these relationships, and then the women crash out because they no longer have access to the guy, or he fire her and he move on to the next one. And then she possibly comes up with some excuse to say that, you know, he did something to her that he wasn't supposed to do. And that's not uncommon. It happens regularly, and guys need to wake up to it instead of subjecting themselves to it. But they don't, and they won't. And women won't stop putting themselves in that position. And so, you know, I was telling people on another video, or maybe it was on After Hours, that whenever I have to hire somebody for a service, especially a woman, I usually have somebody else there with her, you know? Or I won't even be there, and I'll just let them do whatever it is that they need to do for the service. And then I'm going, and then I just appear whenever it is that we got to go and do what we do. The Me Too movement taught me and told me that guys have to be a lot more vigilant, and it ain't nowhere in the world that you're going to find me behind the 8 ball to where I can't protect myself in the event that somebody wants to try to finesse me. You're never going to get the opportunity, but guys do it all the time.
Press conference time. I'm sure.
All right.
Looks like I was right. I told you, like, a situation like this, like, out of every chef you chose this type of chef. She don't even look like a chef to me. By the way, I don't know if you could pull it up. Maybe you could send it to the email. Put a picture up. Remember, Ray, we had the picture of her. So one of our informants definitely found a picture of what she looked like. And it's like, this is your private chef, and you had a kid with a chick recently? It's a little weird, bro. This is just me. Just looking, just from the outside, looking from the outside, looks a little strange, you know. It looks like there's more than cooking involved, for sure. And then the statement that she gave, where he threw her on the bed, choke slammed her, basically. It's like,
Not so. I'm like,
I don't know how many contractors you body slam in a bedroom related to service, bro. I don't know, bro. You tell me, bro. I don't know. If it's true, obviously. Like Anton said, we got to see proof of the incident, like that's be scars or some type of proof that, you know, he did all that, basically.
Let's see. I don't think I could pull a picture of. I think I probably have to.
I sent it to
whole
you.
process. I mean, it's on the phone, but it's the whole process. I gotta send it to the email. I gotta download it, send it to the email.
I mean, I could show it, but I don't think my phone will recognize it. Oh, it does. Look. You don't need to do that. Look.
Oh, okay.
It looks clear too. Mm-hmm.
Oh
That
yeah,
is her.
you do that. That's the most efficient way to do it.
Yeah. Up close and personal, bruh. Yeah, that's his chef, bruh. This is the culprit right here. We got him. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Man, you guys, man, you got efforts, man. Y'all got to do better, man.
I guess you could finish it off.
So as you can see, you see two different guys on two different paths of cursed destiny from two different lanes of sports, the sports industry. One's a boxer, one's a football player, and one he came on top of the world and almost met to an end in a car crash. Another one, he thinks he's on the top of the world as well, but has his issues with women and lust of it. And two different things can cause two different outcomes and unfortunate events, whether or not it is caused by you or just by the circumstances that you're in. And and sometimes in life we can't always control, what destinies that we have, but the paths that we can walk, if we can avoid it, we do have the option and the choice to negate those type of things, whether we are strong willed to do so. So just to let y'all know that even though these two guys are put in these two different situations, they could have been a lot way worse in a situation, whether or not it was due to from foreseen situations or from their own mistakes as well. So I'm just putting this out there, that even though things are out of our control, we can't control our destiny. And I know it's kind of off what I'm saying, these two different situations, but I just want to let you know that even though we may feel like we can't always control what's put out there, we can control the narrative of our lives and then what we put out there to the world, because sometimes the actions that we do can hurt ourselves and affect others. So it's always to be mindful of the type of energies we put out there. So that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video or the live stream, I should say, and you want to support us even more or say about your comments, that we greatly appreciate. Leave that in the comment section down below. It was greatly appreciated that you guys support us in our future endeavors on our videos. And you guys want to support us even more, you can check out our merch and link in the description box. That'll be greatly appreciated. And if you guys want to support us even more, you want to put that in our comment section with our I'm saying all this mouthful of stuff, but put in the comment section with our social media or email down below. And we see you guys in the next live stream.
Peace out.
Peace.